Dead. Gruesome.
Out of all the Castlevania games I've played so far, this has been the biggest surprise. I mean, look at it. It looks really simplistic. There's no frames of animation. There's like 2 per movement. The enemies on screen look super simplistic art style wise. It's just a mediocre, older looking, dated looking video game. So going into this, I was like, this is not going to match Symphony or Aria's gameplay style. Now, this is a game I have sort of attempted to play in the past and dropped it for whatever reason. I'll get into that later. But going into this, I was just in my head thinking, you dropped it for a reason. It can't be that good. But I wasn't going to drop it this time. I needed to beat it. Because by the time I beat all these Castlevania games, I would like to probably do a ranking video deciding on which one's the best. Just of the Igavania style, Metroidvania if you prefer that terminology, style of game. Not the classics. We're going to avoid them for the time being because I don't think you really can compare them. However, speaking of the classics, this game is the bridge. While this game came after Symphony, this feels like the game that came before Symphony. Because it feels classic in its design, as in it will beat you down, but it's got all the template from Symphony. It's got the leveling up, finding equipment, although you don't find new weapons, you're always going to have the whip. Isn't Vampire Killer, it is just the Hunter's Whip. No idea why that is, but apparently this game isn't canon, so it doesn't fall in the line of the storyline, so I guess you can just pick this up and play it without any kind of regard, thinking, where does this fit in the story? Because it's its own thing. It doesn't fit anywhere. But you do get abilities in this game. It's the DSS system. This, I have no idea what it stands for, but it's a card-based system that lets you add abilities to your whip, change its attributes, change what it even is. It can turn it into different weapons, turn it into a sword. You can do many things with this DSS system. However, it does use magic points to use, which is an absolute bollock. So you're really going to be relying on that instead of relying on it to do special abilities, if you will. Speaking on why I dropped it initially back in the day, and it's all to do with its difficulty. While you can grind out and level up Nathan Graves to make him stronger so he can take less damage, give more damage, find new cards to give him new abilities, which will just crumble most bosses in the game. If you don't know this going in, you're not familiar with the systems that it presents, and you're just kind of trying to play it like Symphony of the Night, you're going to have a hard time with the game because it is a lot harder. It's a lot more classic in design. The enemies are going to hit harder, they're going to hit faster, you're going to be a little bit unresponsive, if you will. Like Nathan will whip, the whip's got to come back before you can initiate another attack. It's very slow compared to like Alucard's sword, for example. And that was just where I was coming from at the time. I'd played Symphony, I come to this, the graphics are dated, the gameplay feels very old school. I was just kind of like, I am not in the mood to play this. So being in the mood might be important, but the thing was, I absolutely was in the mood to play this. So the difficulty, while it was annoying at times, some of these bosses, especially Dracula, he will one-shot you and destroy you, and you'll have to do most of the fight again. It's very, very annoying. So you've got to really be patient with some bosses. Now, keep in mind, I didn't explore the entire castle when I got to Dracula, so maybe there was some kind of like really good armor set I could have got, some kind of other card I could have used to give me the edge on the fight. Keep in mind there's a card that you can get where it turns you into a skeleton if you throw bones, and I think it's like it must be based on your luck setting or something. Eventually it'll throw this big ass bone and it will destroy anything in one shot. So it's kind of therapeutic to use that on something like Dracula when he keeps doing it to you, so why not you do it to him? But yeah, it's not just Dracula. There are some bosses in this game that are just so damn annoying to fight, but it's classic in design, right? So I've got a little bit more Classicvania under my belt these days. So when I've gone into this, while I don't think it's as hard as some of those Castlevania games, sure, Dracula will give some of those Vania Draculas a run for the money. I still don't think it's that hard, but it's definitely the hardest of the Igavania Castlevanias. It's really weird to call this game Igavania when he apparently didn't even work it. Koji had no hand in this game apparently. This was made by the N64 team. Now I don't take that as a bad thing, because unlike some people, I do not think the Castlevania on the N64 are that bad of games. They're just dated in design because we didn't quite understand how to do 3D at the time. But if you go past that, look past that, there's some really good systems in place, some good atmosphere, good music. The controllers get some getting used to. But let's not talk about that right now and continue with Circle of the Moon. So where would I rank it? Honestly, there's the only Igavania games I've played, right? Symphony, Aria, Portrait of Ruin, and now Circle of the Moon. And honestly, I don't want to rank Portrait of Ruin because it's been a while since I played that game, so I want to go through that again before I give it a ranking. Right now, I'm gonna put Circle of the Moon in 3rd place. The reason I'm saying that is because I think Symphony and Aria of Sorrow are a lot more beginner-friendly Castlevania games where you can just kind of pick them up, play them, the systems work. You don't feel cheated by anything, they're not hard, they're easy to get through, and they're a lot more relaxing for your first time playthrough. However, with Circle of the Moon, while I can admit that the game annoyed me at times and really got under my skin with some boss fights, not gonna lie, I also can see the potential of, once you're used to it, once you're better at playing it, once you've beat it a few times, how you could end up really falling in love with this game. So, while I would say it's 3rd place right now, I can see in the future it being 1st place. But anyway, that's all I've got on Castlevania Circle of the Moon. If you're new here, subscribe, would appreciate that. Let me know down below how it makes you feel, if you played it, whatnot. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll catch you later.